You're listening to Real Talk Texas on 570 KLIF News and Information. Now, live in studio, your host, local real estate expert Steve Hakes.
Welcome to Real Talk Texas. I'm your host, Steve Hakes. Heard every Sunday here at noon on KLIF News and Information, AM 570. Real Talk Texas is a forum where our listeners can get real advice from real experts in the DFW Metroplex. And as always, you can reach out to me with your personal questions by jumping online and visiting realtalktexas.com. That's realtalktexas.com. Or you can simply call me when I'm off the air at 214-643-6021. Again, that's 214-643-6021. And yes, I'm a federally licensed mortgage originator, NMLS license number 242522. Well, in October, we were discussing the real estate market in North Texas, and we really got into something that was a little bit of a surprise to me at the time, that we have really switched in the real estate market from a seller's market to a buyer's from a buyer's market to a seller's market. And one of the things we had Jenny Manning of the Jenny Manning team on. We had Judy Jones and Becky Canaster on the show in October, and they were all telling us from downtown Dallas to the suburbs in Tarrant County to the northern suburbs in Dallas that quality homes that are going on the marketplace, existing inventory that's out there, if the house is updated, those houses are getting multiple offers. And one of the things they were reaching out to me during the show saying, if you know someone who wants to sell their house, now's the perfect time to do it because the inventory is very low. After that, we had Alicia Trevino on of Century 21 in Dallas, and she was discussing both short sales, and she was also talking about REO product or inventory that's distressed and that's owned by the banks or the government through HUD, and what was happening in that market and how there was actually a shortage of that product on the market as well. The feeling at the time was that some of the lenders and some of the federal government was holding inventory back till after the elections. I still don't think that we're going to see a big flood of those coming onto the market because I believe that most lenders and people like that are being very prudent in how they're releasing this inventory onto the marketplace so that it doesn't further hurt the markets by having a bunch of foreclosures out there when you're trying to sell your house. So that's very good. But one of the things we do here on Real Talk Texas is we talk about things from a local perspective. When you're hearing most of the national news, it really doesn't affect us as much. It's not as good of information as what you might get from Real Talk Texas, which is very localized and it's very much the DFW market. So that's what we like about our show is we can give you what's happening here because the national news really doesn't cover that much. So today, and we've gone through the existing inventory, what's out there in homes for sale. Now we're going to get into I thought it would be good that we brought in an expert about home building and what's happening with new construction and new inventory that's coming onto the marketplace. So today, to get the real scoop on what's going on in home construction, to get the skinny on what 2013 is going to bring, to figure out how to finance the home of your dream, our producer Paul Webb has found Deborah Fisher with Clarity Homes, Daniel Heron and Joe Barnhart of Affiliated Bank to join us here today in the studio. And we're real excited to have you guys here. So thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, Deborah is she is the project manager with Clarity Homes based in Fort Worth. She's got 30 years experience in the business in real estate and home building. She had spent a lot of her time in northern Florida, and she's been here in Texas for 3 years, and she's going for a master's degree right now at North Texas in real estate and finance. So that's pretty awesome. I love that. Clarity Homes, just to let you know who they are, if you haven't heard of Clarity Homes, they were founded by a father and son, William L. and William C. Bannister, and they have combined over 30 years experience. They established Clarity Homes in 1998 with an effort to pursue custom building with varying price points. So basically what they do is they'll build custom homes in multiple price points. They also have done some historic renovations as well. So a unique builder, and they're in several markets in Fort Worth and Tarrant County, and Deborah's going to fill us in more on Clarity Homes, who they are and what they've done. But they've won numerous awards with Kaleidoscope Dream Homes, Star Awards, things like that. Clarity Homes has redefined the way custom home projects are built by creating a straightforward process to provide the ultimate customer experience. So I think we've got a great builder. They're a member of the National Builders Association, and really bring some great expertise to us here today. And also in the studio today, we've got people that I work with at Affiliated Bank, and that is Joe Barnhart and Daniel Herron. Joe is the Executive Vice President of Mortgage Lending, and he's Advisory Director for the bank. Joe has over 30 years' experience, and he's held similar positions at both regional and community banks. He's a graduate of Texas Tech, Red Raiders, for you Red Raider fans that are out there, and Southwestern Graduate School of Banking. Also in the studio today, we have Daniel Herron, and he's head of our construction lending and one-time close. So it's really focused on the one-time close part of it. He's going to talk to us a little bit about the different options when you go to buy your house. You know, the lot loans, the one-time close, the interim construction loans. And Joe's also going to help us with that as far as learning about bridge loans. How do you get there from here? And if you've got a house right now, how do you get into a new house that Deborah's firm may build for you? So that'll be good for us as well. So today, I can easily say we've got some real experts on Real Talk Texas here again, and we appreciate everyone coming into the studio. I'll start with Deborah. You know, I want to talk about the home building industry, what's happening in the Tarrant County market. That's where you guys are focused. Mm-hmm. And so I really want to start with, what's going on there right now? What happened? 2012 is almost done. How was 2012 for you guys?
We really have been doing very well. We are obviously created a niche for ourselves over the last decade. So we have a consistent clientele. People know who we are. We're known for being a luxury home builder. We do custom home building, and we do semi-custom home building. So we're not exactly getting we're sort of developed a niche that people know who we are, and we're bringing people in. Realtors are working with us. What I've noticed is our phone is ringing more. Realtors calling us looking for inventory. Before we were calling them, but now we see that is turned. So I think we've had a really great year. We think 2013 is going to be even better. We're very optimistic. We can see. I mean, honestly, we cannot work all the leads we're getting is what it seems like right now. We're actually recruiting some new sales consultants to help us. We're growing. We have some new communities coming online. So I think, traffic's really picked up. Our realtors are telling us that their phones are ringing more. People are out there shopping for new homes, that people want to make a change. Well,
one of the things we've heard from some of our realtors that have been on the show is they feel like there's some pent-up demand that's been really – people have thought about moving. They really haven't made that we were talking before about how people will hold back. Maybe they use the election for an excuse to kind of, well, what's going to happen? But really for the average American – not much happens with elections. I mean, it's pretty much, but it's more of an emotional thing, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, great. What do you see as far as price range? Is there a stronger price point out there in the marketplace in Tarrant County? Or
it seems to be between 200 and 400. That seems to be the big demand right now and that's what we're experiencing. That's what our realtors are telling us they're seeing.
Well, if you've just tuned in, you're listening to Real Talk Texas, and we're going to be back with Deborah Fisher of Clarity Homes, and you're going to want to stay tuned because we're really going to dig deep into what's happening in Tarrant County, especially as far as buying new houses.